Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our YouTube chit chat. It is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you when you are doing fine and in good health. I'm doing fantastic, as you can see. So let me know where you're watching this video from. Ladies and gentlemen, earlier yesterday, Marwa and Roshio, the girlfriend, were attacked and robbed by robbers in plain sight and in broad daylight, within the Nairobi estates. An occurrence and an event which is so fortunate that sparked, elicited, and mixed reaction from both sympathizers and the haters. A typical example is from AM Carol live, where she vented the YouTube space, castigating Marwa of neglecting or abandoning the Roshio because of that robbery. So a typical example, let me now read you one of the hateful comments that really shows that there's too much hatred and akin to evil kind of an action. So from this one, we can see this guy was saying that his name is at ALQZET. Marwa set Roshio up. He's saying that all these things were set up, that Marwa had planned this one with Roshio. He wasn't ready to travel. That they are going back to the villa. As you can see from that screenshot conversation or comments, you see AM Carol is in a blitz and in laughing emoji. Simply means is supporting and ridiculing Marwa in that kind of an awful event. Another one, this is a user that's also in support of that kind of hateful statement, saying, I agree it was a scheme and Roshio also was part of it. Things just don't add up. The journey of touring the world has stopped. They must return to the villa. The planned trip is over. So guys, as you can see, it simply means I am attract hatred. People simply just don't understand whether it's genuine or not genuine. Guys, stop the hatred. Stop the hatred. I'm acutely sure that people complaining and castigating Marwa and Roshio haven't been robbed by the street robbers. Or maybe they've been robbed by the street robbers, but because the hatred they harbor towards Marwa cannot make them say the truth. It was a plain robbery. It is a plain robbery. The good thing is, like, Marwa did well by restraining Roshio not to follow the robbers. You'll see in the video when Marwa was pulling Roshio back to let it go, because following a robber who is in a motorcycle and driving, it's like laying a trap and your life as a bait, because they could lead you into their infested area where you could be dealt with, or you could be held ransom and your life will be at stake. So let's watch how the awful event happened.
Okay. Huyu ametuiba.
Video, I want to explain certain kind of things, then we stop the blame game. There is nobody whom you can blame. The only person we blame is the thief and it's the robber, because it's nobody's fault. Are you there? Generally, where the robbery took place, it is a gated community. We call it Upper Hill. Such thing rarely happen at that place, For those people who are saying the police ought to have been put in certain areas, I want to tell you this. All the crime rate areas or the crime infested areas, the police are over there, most of the civilian police, that is downtown, that more often such kind of crime happen. But when the public and the government will tighten everything, the robbers themselves and gangsters get so much intelligent. They knew that they wanted to ploy certain kind of tact. That's why they were withdrawing such activity not to happen in the CBD, and they are targeting other people in the name of tourists. Are you there? That's why it happened, because the robbers themselves, they become so much intelligent that the areas which are less prone to such kind of crimes, that is now their way of operations, because such kind of things do happen in a busy street. Such kind of things do happen in the CBDs, where the people will pounce at you, at your luggages, and then they will disappear. Are you here? And that is the reasons why Marwa was so pretty sure that nothing will happen, was so pretty sure that they are safe at that particular point. And I'm very sure that kind of a motorcycle spotted them a long time ago and was just waiting for them to start walking. So it is somebody who was just following them up to the close range, then decided, like, let me now go for them. Are we there? Let me now go for them. So if we stop the blame game, then we can learn more, and much more from this clip and from the occurrences. There is nothing much Roshio and Ayamaro could have done. The best thing that they did is they made a lot of noise, shouted to alert the public that they've been robbed. People saw it. And the best part was capturing the incidents on the camera. For those who are complaining that was bad, that is the end incident that was well captured in the camera, so there is an evidence. And again, reporting it to the police. That was the best thing that he would have done. For those who are complaining that they ought to have followed, taken another vehicle or a motorcycle to follow the robbers, that is a great mistake. Following the robber, that's a trap, because getting another motorcycle, you could be getting a sympathizer, or you could be getting another robber who is carrying you and luring you into their bait and into the infested region where you could pay dearly with your life. It was fine. Even the motorcycle drove away. It was fine. Even that vehicle they stopped to be carrying them just drove off, because it is so strange. The reasons why I'm telling you the robbers are so intelligent. They might post to rob you, then they drive away, awaiting for you to follow them. Imagine the moment you're following them, they will be taking you to the area whereby the person or the next driver or the next motorcycle who will be carrying you is the same thief, or is the thief in cahoot with the others. So you are just being drove into their lonely place, and being alone in a very dangerous place, you'll be held ransom and you'll be robbed scathingly. So Ayamaro acted in a good way of pulling Roshio back. Are we there? Another thing that also we can learn, always have your luggage on your left hand side. Whether you are walking on which place, have your luggage on your left hand side, because there is a hidden power in the left hand side. Whether you are right or left handed, make sure you carry your luggage in the left hand side. Have you ever realized, even in the police force, in the military, most of the guns are being carried on the left hand side, just because there is a power. That is the where you put it so safe. Are you there? Because the left hand is not usually being exercised, so which means that left hand is so heavy. So that left hand will always have a grip more than the right hand. And when somebody comes on your left hand, always the left hand is so sensitive. You'll always realize there's something wrong. Make sure you put everything on your left hand side. Therefore, the safety. Somebody will easily not take it. Are you there? But whether you walk left side, you walk right side, if a robber is so destined to rob you, they will rob you by gunpoint. They will rob you if they want. So whether Roshio could have walked left side or right side, that one is not here nor there. If for destined to happen, these robbers sometimes they carry each other. One, the motorcycle could have just slowed down. Then this guy, what you could have done, this guy could have just done what? Could have just walked, snatched the bag, then ran into a motorcycle, then they drove away. It has happened in Nairobi. Are we there? But the most unfortunate thing is when they went to report to the police, then such kind of word that I'm hearing, it's like, welcome to Kenya. That was so demeaning. That was not so in order. Are you there? And that police really did a very bad thing. To a local, it's fine. To a local, as we get the meaning. But to a tourist and a foreigner telling him or her that welcome to Kenya, such kind of a horrible welcome. Such kind of a horrible welcome that ought to never been said at all. So the best way is like, the moment Marwa went and report, and after getting such kind of statement from the police, because that's a regular police, most of it is just to book it, and they will give you an OB number. You wouldn't have stopped from there. The best thing what you have done, you could have gone to the records office or the OC crime. That's where you shall enforce for the criminal to be apprehended. Or after there, you take the OB number and you walk to the DCI. Are you there? Just walk to the DCI office, Directorate of Criminal Investigation. Give them the OB number. Then it is usually they charge a fee of $150 to $200, and instantly they will trace. Are you there? Those people could have been traced within 1 hour, and you could have gotten all your luggages. The more you buy time, what they will do with the iPhone nowadays, how they operate in Nairobi or in the big city, because they know iPhone is being tracked, they will take the iPhone, they will dismantle it, then they will sell the spare part. They will only sell the spare part because the spare part of iPhone is selling. That's what they will do. But if you act promptly right now, you will recover most of the stolen belongings. And I beg that you do that one. I beg that you go ahead to the DCI. You will apprehend the culprit. You will apprehend the culprit. But you know, such kind of evidences or such kind of occurrences sometimes might bring tension. And sometimes they can also bring resentments. And I wish I knew at the end. It's so obvious. So the moment you saw Marwa and Roshio having some little kind of disagreement, it's so healthy. That one is not to say that they are fighting. They are not fighting. You know, agreeing and disagreeing is so normal. Agreeing and disagreeing will also bring a solution at the end, because emotions run high. These people are not metal, because by that time, now they're thinking, sitting down how they started their journey, and remember, nothing wrong with it. It is normal, because that's how they're expressing themselves out. You talk. Emotion sometimes will also get high. And a debrief and rapporteurs of such kind of evidence is essence. Because you must ask yourself the question, no? How did it happen? I tell you this to live this. How did it happen? That is so normal. You need to talk so that emotions can run low. That kind of emotional verbiage also must be taken out. The reasons why is a debrief. What they were doing, they were just doing debrief. Debrief, which means you talk it out so that emotions go down. You don't need to harbor that kind of emotion. You talk it out. Whether they put it on camera or not camera is none of my business. But it's good to talk. The good things they talk. And also it's good also for the content creation. Because a content without such kind of tension is not a content. That's what also brings the content to a real one. Because it's so reality. So they had to disagree to agree. They had to do a debrief so that they be free. So that they learn the most fundamental thing, that is always carry things that you need to the street. The valuable things don't carry to the street. Leave them into the safe. So it's neither Marwa or Roshi's fault for them to be robbed. Robbing, it's everywhere. Sometimes it cannot happen. But the only thing is, we must be so vigilant and we must be so aware of where we walk. But that one does not mean it cannot happen. We are just doing what we do just to reduce the risk. That let us stop carrying things which are so valuable to the street. But I believe every situation that arises, we also learn from them. And I know Marwa shall overcome. And if you go to the DCI, the good news will be that you shall have recovered. If not, the culprit will be apprehended and the charges will be brought against him. Until next time, this is Senior Zach.